Okay, our next recipe is called loaded cauliflower. I love all vegetables. I love cauliflower, I love broccoli, I just love all vegetables. I'm a really vegetable person when it comes to meals. Bobby's more meat and potatoes, and I just love a lot of variety of vegetables. But this one is called loaded cauliflower. So what you're going to do is you're going to start with one head of cauliflower, and you're going to clean it. So you're going to chop off all the leaves, the outer leaves of the cauliflower, and you're going to get it down to the vegetable. So then you're going to cut off the little flowerlets, and this will be one of your, like right here. Let me cut through to that. I'm just going to show you one because I already have all this cut up in advance for us, so it'll go quicker for us. And so here's just one of the little flowers, the flowerlet of the cauliflower. And of course, you have to wash them all ahead of time, which we've already done on ours. And then you're going to cut these into bite-sized pieces. So like this right here, in 3 pieces. If it's a bigger flower, then you would need to cut it into bigger pieces. Here's 3. Now what I've done is I have already prepared all of this cauliflower because you have to boil this first. And so I've already got it prepared over here. So we've already washed this. We've already cut one head of cauliflower. We've already washed it. We've already cut it into bite-sized pieces. And then now what I'm going to do is I've already got water boiling on the stove. Now I have a kitchen gadget, and you can buy these, I think, in Walmart or any place, I think. Down here in Mexico, I got mine in the States, but I know I've seen them here in Mexico. You get this and you put it into the boiling water. And so that way your cauliflower is more steamed. It's not just sitting in the water. So what we're going to do is we're going to steam the cauliflower. We're going to pour it onto that little tray that's above the water, but the water is boiling. So there's a lot of steam coming off of that. And then you are going to boil that for 10 to 15 minutes. Okay? So now we're going to start with the next part of this recipe. Okay, we're going to need in this recipe chives, which is the green part of the onion. I'm going to clean just a little piece off of this onion. I'm going to, I like to add onion also with this recipe. So I'm going to clean a little bit of the onion off and take a little bit, clean a little bit here also. Take the outer layer off. I already washed these also to get them nice and clean. So I'm going to just start cutting them in slices. Then I'll cut them into smaller pieces. They'll be mixed in. And then we're going to also put this dish in the oven for a while and cook it in the oven. So I'm going to put this over here to the side. So now I'm just going to start cutting these, the chive part of the green of the onion. This really is tasty in recipes. I'm going to do one more. And have this ready. I want to take off the outer layer. Excuse me. Just to make sure that no added dirt has stuck somewhere. I want to have it real clean. Okay, now I'll cut up the onion just into more bite-sized pieces. And this will be cooking in the oven while it's in the oven. Okay, so I've got my onion cut up more or less. And I have the green part of the onion also. Okay, now I'm just going to lay this to the side a little bit. And what we're going to do now is we're going to start putting together the sauce that this is all going to go into. And so I'm going to get a clean bowl here. And we're going to use 1/2 of a cup of, I need one more spoon. We're going to use 1/2 a cup of sour cream. So you can get any of your sour cream down here. And then you're going to use 1/2 a cup of mayonnaise. So you're going to combine those two things together. You're going to put bacon. Well, let me mix this up a little bit first. Get the two mixed up together. Okay. And then you have fried up ahead of time. I fried up about 8 pieces of bacon. And so I'm going to put 1/2 of the bacon in right now. I'm just going to break it up. And this is going to go over the cauliflower as it cooks in the oven. And then we're going to put some at the end when we have it in the nice pretty bowl that we're going to cook it in. Then I will put some more bacon on top of that. But we'll mix this in with the cream. And so I'm going to put 3 in here. Okay. Now this recipe calls for 2 cups of cheddar cheese. You can get cheddar cheese and you can grate it yourself, or you can buy it in the bags at the stores that's already grated. And so I'm going to do 1 cup. It calls for 2, but some has to go on the end, on top of it at the end. So I'm going to do 1 cup in here now. And I'll save the other cup for a little while. I'll go ahead and mix those things together. Okay, now I'm going to put some of this onion in here. The bigger pieces, make sure you don't get too big of a piece because they need to be bite size. So in case they cook up very fast. Okay, I'm going to put some of the chives in here, and I'm going to put the onion also in here. I'm going to mix that up. Now, we're going to also put mushrooms in here. So you take your mushrooms and you wash them off just with just gently, just to get the dirt off of them. You don't scrub them or anything. And then you're just going to cut them into slices. So I have already, I've had help, and they pre-cut my mushrooms for me. And you're supposed to use 1/8 ounce of 1/8 ounce package of mushrooms. So I'm putting the mushrooms here in the cream also. Okay, and now I'm going to mix all that up together. So you can see I've got the mushrooms, I've got the cheese, I've got the onions and the green tips, and I have the sour cream and the mayonnaise. Okay, and now as soon as the cauliflower is cooked, then we're going to combine this together, put it in a dish, and I'm going to cover it then with the last layer of cheese and also with some more of the onion and the chives on it. Okay, the cauliflower has been steaming for about 15 minutes, 20, depending on whether you like it a little crispier or if you like it a little softer. So you check it with a fork, and then you find the consistency that you want on your cauliflower as you've cooked it. Okay, so we're ready now to pick it up, and we're going to put all the sauce with it, and we're going to put it in the oven. So I've got a bowl here, and I'm going to pick it up and put it here in this bowl. I think I'll turn the fire off so that it'll stop boiling. It's very nice and hot and steamed. I like it soft. A lot of people like their vegetables a little crispier, but I like mine soft. So I checked it to how our family likes to eat it. One little piece here. Okay, so you can see the steam coming off of it, and we've got the hot cauliflower here. So what we're going to do is now we're going to put all of those things, which was mayonnaise and sour cream, chives and onions, mushrooms, cheese, all of that delicious stuff, and we're going to mix this all together. Then I'll show you, then we'll put it in our bowl. I'm going to take these spoons and I'm going to mix it all. And because it's hot, it's going to take all those things and blend them together very well, like even melt them a little bit together. Now you can salt and pepper this, or you can wait until you bring it out of the oven, and then you can put the seasoning on it at that time. Because everybody likes different amounts of seasoning, like salt or pepper. I just wait until the end and let everybody individually salt it. So this looks really nice. Let me show you what it looks like. Okay, you can see that's all really nice and mixed together. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my pan that I'm going to pour it inside of, and I'm going to just spray it with a little bit of a Pam spray at the bottom, just so there's no chance of it sticking in any way. I'm going to go ahead and pour it into the pan. And this is just a 9 by 15 pan. And all that cream, that cheese. Now, what you're going to put it on is you're going to put it on the oven at 425. And that's what we're going to cook it at, but just for a short time. We're not going to cook it for a long time at 425. Now, we're going to take the rest of the cheese and we're going to spread it over the top. So it's going to be a very cheesy, wonderful dish. With any meat dish or chicken dish, fish dish, this will be absolutely wonderful. Okay, then also I'm going to take the onions and the chives it had, and I'm going to put that on top. Spread all that I had left over. This was about half of what it called for. And then I'm going to take the little bits of bacon and I'm going to break it up all on top, and then we are ready to put it in the oven for about 15 minutes. You just check it and watch it, and when it starts seeming like it's bubbling and all the cheese is melted, that's when it's ready, because the cauliflower is already cooked. This would be so pretty on any table where you're serving food for your family or for friends. And I think everybody will like it, especially if they love vegetables. Okay, so this is what it looks like before you put it in the oven. And I'm going to put it in right now for about 15 minutes. It's at the temperature of 425. That's pretty high, but it really melts everything and blends everything together. I'm going to take my timer and set it for 15 minutes. Remember, I always say to have a timer in your kitchen, because so many times it's critical that you check your dishes that you have in the oven. You check them at the time that they say, because all ovens are different. Some run a little hotter, some a little bit cooler, and so you've got to make sure that you check them at the time that they say so nothing will burn on you. The bell just went off for our loaded cauliflower. So I'm going to take it out of the stove and we're going to look at how beautiful it is. And it's going to be absolutely delicious. Very hot though. Wow, look at this. Oh, wow, look at this. The loaded cauliflower. Isn't that beautiful? You have to make sure if you dish it up right now to eat it, be very careful because it's really hot, but it is beautiful for any table, for any celebration.